Hey guys, Clay with the Outdoor Project. We are getting more snow this week in South Dakota. We are less than a month away from turkey season. April's right around the corner, and because of how much snow we've got, I haven't been able to shed hunt at all. So hopefully we're on the tail end of this winter. But either way, this week I'm going to be talking to you guys about releases. There's a lot of different release options out there that it's hard to know which one you should be shooting, which one you want to shoot, things like that. Obviously, the best way to find out is to shoot as many as you can, but that's not always the case. So in my opinion, the first thing that you need to figure out when it comes to releases is what kind of release are you going to shoot. Are you going to shoot an index release, a thumb release, back tension, hinge? Back tension and hinge releases are kind of more known for the more experienced shooters. I've shot a hinge before, but I don't trust myself. If I was deer hunting and I had a hinge release and a buck walked out, there's probably a very low chance that I would get an arrow in that deer. So on the other hand, Tucker, he hunts with a hinge, props to him, but I can't do it. So I personally have always used a thumb release. So today I'm going to be talking to you about two different kinds of thumb releases and kind of walking you through each one. Really, at the end of the day, you need to figure out what are you going to be the most comfortable with, what are you going to be the most confident with, and then what are you going to be the most consistent with. If you have those three things, in my opinion, that's going to give you the best chance of success when out in the woods hunting. So I'll jump into it. Two releases I'm going to be talking to you about today is going to be the Max, or the TrueBall Max Pro Plus thumb release, and then the Stan Onnex thumb release here. So first things first is how this one works. It's pretty straightforward. As you can see, it's got clamps up there, and essentially you pull the thumb trigger to open those clamps and you attach it to your D-loop. So I got my bow right here. I'll show you guys this. So you got my D-loop right here. Open this up, attach it to the D-loop, and then it will just kind of hang here. So you can leave it here if you're tree stand hunting. You want to attach it to your D-loop, you can leave it there. And then if you need it, you can just grab and pull. And then obviously to release, you pull the thumb trigger. So that's kind of how that one works. But a couple things off the bat that I really like about this. As you can see, it does have an adjustable wrist strap. You guys all probably know someone, if you're not that person yourself, who has lost a hand release. So having this adjustable wrist strap is a big benefit. To be honest, even with this wrist strap, I've almost lost this one, but I haven't. So another thing I really like is this 360-degree rotating head. So when you are attaching to your D-loop and pulling back, this is going to rotate so it won't twist your D-loop. Probably going to result in a more consistent string release, but really at the end of the day, you're not going to probably see a difference unless you're one of those premier target shooters. So, which I'm obviously not. But so those are kind of the two main things I really like about this. It is a lighter release. It's kind of got a straight design, not super contoured. Slots for 4 fingers here to make contact, and then the thumb. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it does have little grooves here where your fingers go. That's supposed to provide more grip, and that texture is supposed to provide more grip. Not something I really noticed, but it is there. And then back here as well, it does have a set screw. So that does give you the ability to adjust the sensitivity of this release. So coming out of the box, there's no customizable options other than the sensitivity. And it is kind of a hard trigger here to pull, and you can see that thumb barrel moves quite a bit. But you can only adjust this so much, so the one negative I would say is you can't get it super sensitive. If you adjust it too sensitive, depending on what your draw weight is, the D-loop will come out of these claws here, these clamps. So it is kind of a harder trigger, so with that, I have a tendency to punch with this sometimes because of that. And so that, I would say, just because I can't get it a little more sensitive. Another downfall is, not sure if you'll be able to see it here, but these clamps are a little pointy. I don't know if sharp's the right word, but essentially after shooting with this one a little bit, it wears at my D-loop pretty fast, and my D-loop does fray. And so I'll show a picture of that, and I've even broke a few D-loops with it, and like I said, just kind of wears away at it faster than it should. And so I don't like shooting with a frayed D-loop or things like that. Again, from a consistency standpoint, it's probably not something I'm going to notice, but I just kind of like to have that peace of mind that my D-loop's in good condition. So that is the TrueBall Max Pro Plus. Like I said, this is one I've been using the last few years. And then a couple months ago, I have pulled the trigger on the Stan thumb release. So how this one works is you have to push this down to activate it. And then once you do that, you can then just slide it onto your D-loop. And just like the other one, it will stay on there. So you can just let it hang. And then when you're ready for it, you can grab, and then obviously pull the thumb trigger to release it. I love this release. So kind of the first feel, it's a lot heavier than the TrueBall, but it's got a really good feel in the hand. Just feels higher quality. Just because it's heavier doesn't mean it is, but it also is going to be a little more contoured. So when I have it in my hand, it feels a little more natural, kind of with the curve of my hand. Out of the box, this one is basically entirely customizable. So it's going to come with a couple different thumb barrel sizes. I have the smaller thumb barrel on here. Again, personal preference, that's what I prefer. And then it comes with just a third finger attachment here. I took that off and added the one with the third and fourth finger. Again, just kind of like that contact with my pinky. And then same with the TrueBall, it does have a set screw in here to be able to adjust the sensitivity of it, but it is pretty sensitive off the bat. And so one thing you'll probably notice is when you release it, the thumb barrel does not move at all. So I'll do that again. So what that is that's a feature that they call a zero travel trigger. Because of that, and with the super sensitive release, that helps me be a little more consistent and helps me punch less and pull more. So that's helped me when it comes to my shot being more consistent. So I really like that. The two maybe downfalls, I guess, if I had to try to find one, would be the head doesn't rotate, so it will twist your D-loop when you're pulling back. And then also, even if you wanted to, there's really no place to put, like if you wanted to put your own wrist strap on here. But as far as like price points go, this is going to be a great starting option when it comes to price points. Like $109.99, I believe this one retails at. So again, if you're just starting out, you decide you want to use a thumb release, the TrueBall is going to be a good price point. If you're looking to maybe upgrade and spend a little more, the Stan Onnex retails at $279.99. Sounds expensive, but in my opinion, this is going to be worth every penny. Like I said, this has helped make me a more consistent, more confident shooter. This is what I'm comfortable with, and so I highly recommend this. I think Stan killed it with this. I love the color. They have a couple different color options, but this has been great for me. I have not used it actually hunting yet. I'm in kind of like a bow hunting target league this winter just to find an excuse to shoot my bow, but I really like it. Like I said at the beginning of this video, turkey season is coming up right around the corner, and so I'm excited to get in the field with this and see how I do with it. So again, just starting out, this is going to be a good option, but if you got a few years under your belt and you're looking to upgrade, I would highly recommend the Stan releases. Check out their entire line if you're doing index release or hinge release or things like that. They have a lot of high quality releases. So that's all I got. Really, at the end of the day, as I mentioned in the front end of this, is the best way to figure this out is to get reps under your belt and figure out what you're going to be the most comfortable with. So like this video, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.